Good day to you all, and welcome to the Mythical Woods for this new multiplayer series between me and Rusey. If you haven't checked Rusey out, please go and check him out. I will leave a link to his channel in this video and all the videos from me in this series as well, so please go and check him out. He does an awesome job. And it was Rusey's idea. He actually put this to me a few weeks ago, and as most of you know, if you've been following my channel, I've been a little bit struggling to record, so I was kind of like, do I want to take on another series? But I kind of really like the idea of it, and Rusey's been a good friend of the channel for some time now, and I was kind of like, yeah, why not? And he's got kids as well, so we're kind of in the same boat. I'm going to be doing it as and when, so it could be a little bit of a gap in between some episodes, so hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. Now, it is us against each other, because I know some people are going to be asking a few questions, so I'll try and answer as many as I can, and I'm going to try and cover what I can. I'm still getting used to the idea as well. We've been trying to do a lot of behind the scenes work, coming on here together, talking about things. Rusey's done a lot of setting up, bless him, but he is on PC, so he can do a lot more easier things and quicker things than what I can on console, and some of it I can't even do on console, so appreciate that. I don't think we're going to be watching each other's videos, especially not the first couple, and that will probably become a bit more apparent why in a moment. But this video's kind of been going to be split up into two parts, so I've got to do this, and then once I finish recording this bit that you're going to see, Rusey then has to do a little bit more work behind the scenes, and then we can crack on with sort of the rest of it. But it's going to be kind of, we've decided to call it the pilot episode, so it's not going to be episode 1. It's kind of like the intro, it's giving you guys a bit of info about what's going on and how it's going to kind of work, and yeah, quite excited about it. It should be fun. So pretty good. Now, as I said, we're on Mythical Woods. If you haven't checked this map out, I've got a map tour out on it. Ignore that. That is actually, I can't click on that. That is actually a pickup, and there's another one. I'll reset one down here. We just used those the other day to go scouting around, checking out plots of land and things like that. So anyway, this is the map, and it is split up into that. Now, as you can see, there's two different colors there. We have bought 2 plots of land each. Now, they are a little bit different in size, but they are very similar in price. So 91 grand just over, and that is 90 grand, almost 91 grand. So that's where we're at. That is where we are going to be based. I'm in orange, so this is my plot. This is Rusey's plot. Now, a little bit of a twist, and I'm going to go up into landscaping mode and show you this. The twist is that we are going to be building each other's farms. There's going to be a limit on how many sheds we can place down. We are going to be placing down a farmhouse. This, you'll see all this in the second part of this video as well. I may do some of the building a little bit of a time lapse, because that could take some while. I may mess a few things up, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's going to be a limit to the amount of sheds that we can put down. We need to put down a farmhouse, and we've decided we're going to put down one type of this greenhouse, which again you will see in the video a bit later. We have got some starting equipment which you saw just a moment ago, and I'll run through that quick as well. But yeah, this is going to be quite cool. Now, what we're going to be trying to do, or planning to do, is kind of stitch each other up a little bit with the starting equipment. Now, when Rusey said hiding it from each other, I thought he meant anywhere on the map, and I thought, well, that's going to be crazy. And some of you guys might be thinking, well, that's easy because you've got the symbols over here on the right hand side, but we're going to be turning them off, and we've got to trust each other that we are going to leave them off. Obviously you'll see it in the videos, So obviously you can swap over and check out Rusey's side of things as well as mine. We'll both appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to be turning these off, so you're not actually going to see them if you come onto this map. You are just going to have to sort of find them. But what Rusey said, we're going to be hiding them within our farms, within our plots of land. I thought, well, that's not too bad then, is it? Because I had visions that I was going to hide up at the mine here. If you watch my map tour, there's no collision on one of the piles of things that you can load up and sell and things like that. I was going to hide something in there so we would never find it. But it's going to be restricted between our farms or in our farms, so it shouldn't be as bad, but we can put things in the way and things like that, so make it a little bit harder for each other to get to that equipment and get it out, if that makes sense. But it will all become clear. I've got a horrible feeling that Rusey's going to stitch me up more than I'm going to stitch him up, but we'll see how it goes. Now, I've been on here a little while just getting my bearings again and preparing for this recording, and it's been quite laggy, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad for this recording, but we'll see. Now, we've all got the same equipment. I'm in red, I think. Rusey's tried to keep his in blue. Obviously, some things, tractor and harvester, couldn't be helped. And if anything can have a number plate, we've got each other's names on those, like so. So that is our equipment. Now, it is all, again, down to Rusey, which he's done a fantastic job of making it look really old, battered, dirty, and he has lowered the actual condition of things. So a lot of it's only 21%, look. So need to sort of try and get that up to speed. 50% for some other things, so a little bit crazy there going on, but it's all lined up, and as you can see, it's all pretty small equipment as well, so we are going to struggle. Now, some people might think this is too much equipment to start with, which we kind of thought, is it? And I thought, well, I don't think so, because if you've been following my Struggle Was Real series, it's quite slow paced. It's really taken a while to kick off, and we didn't really want that to be the case here. We wanted to be able to get on and do things and progress, so that it's not really dragging along and you guys are getting disinterested. So we kind of wanted to give ourselves half a chance. So we have got quite a few bits and bobs, and I will show you in here actually, because that will be easier. So we've got the Deutsch Far, we've got the Far Harvester. Ignore that pickup, that's just been for moving around. There's no picture there, but that's that old rundown truck which is just here, which is pretty cool. It's got a flatbed on the back, so looking forward to using that. It's pretty random. Trailer again, look at that, only holds 2,800. Harvester header, very small plough. Seeder again, only, what's that, 2.7 metre wide. It's all old small equipment, mowers, weeders, tedders, but we've got enough to do things. So grass work we can do. We've got a little baler, got a water tank there if we go down the animal route, front loader for that, a manure fork, which we could probably get away with lifting other things. Really old, funny looking weight, and then some, what are those, spiked rollers and a disc roller, so rollers basically. So yeah, Rusey's added all this in, and I've just agreed to most of it. I've not really done anything, guys. I know it's bad, isn't it? But that's where we're at. That's the equipment. So once I finish recording this bit, then I need to tell Rusey, and he's going to come on here, and instead of carting all this up to our farm, so he's going to sort of deliver it up there with PC magic kind of things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up into landscaping mode, and I'm going to show you the plots of land that we have purchased. Now, as well, to make things a little bit easier for us to know our boundaries, Rusey's been on here and he has put a fence line all the way around our boundary, and I think he's pushed it right out to the limit, so we are good to go. We've got a farm entrance each like that, which is nice, but there's the fenced off area. If I go up a little bit higher, you can see now he's got a track running through his, but he's not worried about that. He said I can paint over that, landscape over that if wanted to. Now they're not bad plots of land though, and as you can see there's some of these small trees inside, so we could be having to get rid of a few of them. Not going to make a huge amount of money off of them, but there is a few there if we wanted to. And again, we could kind of incorporate that into putting some equipment behind it, putting a shed over it, so then he has to remove a tree to get something out. So it could be quite interesting. We're going to have a fair bit of money. I think the money's going to be unlimited to build each other's farms, do a bit of landscaping, so we can be a little bit creative. But obviously we're going to need to leave a little bit of room for each other for doing some fields, because we don't have a field at all each, so it is going to be a bit of a struggle, to be fair. So yeah, it's going to be more I think about it and talk about it, I think it's going to be a very struggle. Right, I'm over here somewhere near the town. The good thing is we're far apart from each other, because the first two original plots we looked at were fairly close, and I thought, well, you're going to be in danger of seeing each other's build then. So what we want to do is come on for episode 1, and we're going to drive up from the store to our plot of land, and that will be the first time that we see what each other's done for their farm, which is why we're not going to be watching each other's videos, especially the first couple. This is my plot of land, quite quirky looking. Again, I've got quite a few trees in here. I've also got these phone lines or electricity lines running through, so hopefully that won't be too much of a burden. But it comes round this side and then along here. Now I do have, by the look of it, 3 decent sized trees in my boundaries, so that could be a good bonus for me. I've also got these 2 little funny huts as well, I've just noticed them. But that's my plot of land. So yeah, very quirky. We're going to need to be putting fields or a field, I don't know. It's going to be quite challenging. And like I say, there's not in the minute there's not a real solid goal that we're heading for, but I guess if we're going to just see how we go. If we can get up to sort of like a nice round figure of episodes before FS25 comes out, like 20 episodes or something, maybe in the 20th episode we could sell everything off that we've acquired and see who's got the most money at the end, kind of just go for that. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Obviously, as we make money, we can buy other plots and fields. I mean, the actual fields themselves aren't too bad, but it's going to be a case of who's going to get in there the quickest, kind of thing. There is a mine up here. I don't think we're really going to worry about going down that route. And there is only, I think, 1 production on this map, and that's a stone factory. Again, probably not going to worry too much about that. There is a train on here, so we've got a few sell points, a couple of sell points, so it should be quite interesting. But yeah, some of the other plots of land I don't think we'll probably, well, maybe ever going to afford. But we'll see. It could be possible. But there we go. So I think that's all I need to say for this part. So I'm going to say goodbye for a moment, but obviously this will be all one video, and I'll see you up at the farm at some point, Rusey's farm that is, and then we'll start trying to do that farm build, and I need to be a bit creative about it. So I will see you up there a little bit later. Well, hello there. So the second part of the video, as you can see, Rusey has moved all the equipment up here. Now he hasn't at the time of this recording been on here and done any landscaping on my farm, so I'm okay to actually click on that. He's moved all my equipment up there next to my plot, but obviously he hasn't been on, I know that. So we are the first ones on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these icons on for now, just in case I miss something and leave a piece of equipment behind. but when I finish recording I am going to turn these off. If I remember, I will do it whilst we still are recording, so you know. And then at that sort of point, if I did accidentally click on the map in the next episode, I won't see any of my equipment up here. But I'm going to try and refrain from using the map for the first, I don't know, 1 or 2 episodes. It's something me and Rusey's got to talk about. As you can see, he's brought it all up here. One thing he did say he had to do is change the ploughs, because for some reason, I've never heard this of a plough, it wouldn't allow us to create fields, which is a bit odd. Subsoilers, yes, I've heard of some of them not being able to do it. Not ploughs. A bit odd, but it's been done. So this is Rusey's equipment. Most of it's blue, as you can see, but for some things he couldn't turn blue because that's just the way that it is. Run up here, this is his farm entrance. Now, I don't know how much of this you're going to see. I'm going to probably still carry on recording and talking, but it may be condensed down into just little clips or a time lapse depending on how long I take. Hoping it doesn't take too long. At the end of the day, we're only placing down 4 sheds. I think that's what we agreed on, maximum of 4 sheds. We do have a few to choose from though, so there's no, you've only got to put this type of shed down, etc. One of the greenhouses and a farmhouse. Now I'm going to go up into landscaping mode. I was thinking for the farmhouse, because this land, or his land, raises up here, I'm thinking maybe it's kind of like to the top of the little hill here. I'm thinking maybe build this up a little bit more to a flat area, so he's got a nice elevated farmhouse, and then right behind the farmhouse I'm going to stick something, a piece of his equipment. So that's down to him how he gets that out, but that could be quite funny. I feel a bit bad because I don't know how much he's going to stitch me up, so it will be quite interesting. Now I am a bit worried about doing some of this landscaping because I don't want to mess it up. I've got a fair bit of money, but it could be interesting. Now what I'm thinking, we're going to need some sort of slope if I do raise this up. I'm not that amazing at doing the slopes, but we'll see how it goes. That could be disastrous. Oh my goodness. Some of this track I'm probably going to paint over with grass because it does run through his farm, but he's just put a normal fence at the back here, so he said he's not worried about the actual track. But I think obviously we'll have a few things teeing off from here. But again, I'm not going to be too harsh because he has got to try and get some fields into this area, or a field. I don't know how many he's going to do. That's entirely up to him. But I have noticed that probably, I think in here and maybe a bit here is the flattest parts for sheds or placeables. But we could play around reducing, leveling the ground out, so we'll see how that goes. Now in terms of sheds, it's going to be modded in ones. I'm not going to use any of the platinum expansion, so it's from this kind of field barn here on the far left in all of these. So it'd be good to have a couple of sort of ones with doors maybe. Going to give him a fairly decent size shed, but again it's all going to be sort of where we can fit it, where we can put it in. The farmhouse is definitely going to be for both of us. This is part of the map. It's there. The good thing about this farmhouse is it comes on stilts, so no matter how the ground is, it's always 55 grand. But I did notice if you're not too careful, it will, look, it's floating a bit there on that bottom right corner. But yeah, I think probably here we might be able to raise it up and then either do a slope down through that tree or round this back. But I'm very wary of messing the fence line up, so I'm just wondering if there is a better spot really. I just thought where it's a bit elevated he might have a nice view over there. You can't see my farm, which is fine. Tell you what, let's just go for it. It's going to go one way or the other, and it's probably going to go very wrong for me. something like that. He says, right, do not want to place the house down yet. We've just got to make sure we've got enough room. That is probably still not enough. So I need to place a tool at the back here. It's going to be quite tight. Maybe just square this front up, I think. Just a little bit more. About if we do that. Okay, that's starting to look a bit more tidy up. I suppose we haven't used too much money. I think we were on 750 something thousand, weren't we? I just hope he doesn't think I've ruined the area. I'm sure you guys think I have. What the hell are you doing, Snowy? Well, causing havoc, that's what we're doing. The whole idea is to make it a bit harder for each other, so that's what we're doing. Right. Okay, now, let's go back into the farmhouse. So, that's a little bit better. I'm not too worried if he hasn't got anywhere to park a car. That's not my problem. I mean, to be fair, we haven't got any cars, have we? We've, yeah. Right, so we could try and get the slope straight off there where the steps are gonna be. Now, I mean, if it looks like he could get something round the side, we could reduce it. I think I may have gone a little bit too wide. Unless we did something like that, which could work. That probably could work, actually, because that would be a nice view then out that way, wouldn't it? Oh, it's got windows at the back as well. And then we could have a slope off down at that side. I'm just worried about causing a mess with those trees, so we probably would have to... Yeah, and then I could put the implement right behind there. And he hasn't got any room to come round that side, has he? Right, that would do. So we could actually probably do the slope on this corner. Now, I'm going to have to turn on my help menu because I cannot remember how to do those slopes, and I am very nervous now. I just want it to come down. I probably should have watched my tutorial video I done on this. It's oh god. So, set slope target point. Now, that's this one, isn't it? So, what about, we only need enough for him to walk up, really. Now, am I going to be able to go round like that? So, if we did... Now, do I need to put that right up? I'm worried it's going to... Oh, let's just try it. Slope to point. No, set target slope. There. So, circle. Now, slope to point. So, if we did that... Okay, that's not great, is it? Right, I don't know what's happened there. What's happened there? It's kind of working, but it's not. Okay, right, let's try that again then. cancel, slope, do it like that. Maybe not do it as strong then. So set target, slope point, slope to point. Does that do anything? That's not doing anything, is it? Right. Oh my god, what's going on? Ah, okay, let's smooth this all out. Is this going to let me smooth all this out? This is probably going to be a jump cut, I reckon. Just wondering if I've messed that up now. That's annoying. Oh dear, I knew I shouldn't have done this. I should have just right, set slope target point. Why does it not want to do that? It's not done any of that, is it? Oh no, what have I done? Just wondering if it's not going to let me do this now. Right, let's try one more time. I'll go like that. So set target, slope point. Hasn't done it. Why is that not working? Oh my goodness. Right. Slope to point. Set slope target point. There. Slope to point. Here we go. That's not sloping. Right, that's looking a little bit better. I was doing it the wrong way round. I think you're supposed to set the target point at the bottom, aren't you, and then slope it down to it. But because I'm close to this fence and I think these trees, it's made it a little bit jagged, but that will do. Maybe we could put some sort of rock. I'm going to put the rock texture around all this anyway, I think, to make it look a bit... I don't know, weirder than it already does. But there we go. Now I need to try and where's that farmhouse again? Try and get the implement behind. I mean, we could put that on the angle and put it right up in that corner, couldn't we? Or shall we just go like this? Let's do snapping. Snap that round. That's not bad. I think we'll do that. So we could probably... we probably could... I'll tell you what we'll do. At the moment, we will cover this in grass. Just up the back here. That might disguise that bit for a moment. That will do for now. I think obviously the farmhouse will cover a lot of that. Right, okay. Let's open these gates up. Now, I've got a sneaky feeling, just because Rusey's kind of dropped a couple of hints, which I've picked up on, that he might be looking to do some grass work first. So I'm thinking straight away, that's the mower, isn't it? I want to check that is the mower. I'm pretty sure that's our mower. Yes, it is. Why is my field info off? No, it's on. Maybe it's because it's Rusey's equipment. No, it's showing up on there. It's a bit odd, isn't it? Anyway, let's see. I don't even know if this tractor will make it up that hill. I don't even know if it's wide enough to make it up there. Oh, okay. He's got it set on that. That's a bit annoying. I don't like that. Having to press the accelerator and brake twice, but we'll have to try and get used to that. I don't know if I can change that for myself. Not really that experienced with multiplayer. Right, let's get this up here. Where are we going? Up in this far corner. I think this is the worst bit done, but I want to try and make it look half decent. So, like I say, a lot of this you might not see, which is a shame, but otherwise we're going to end up, oh my goodness, in a really long video. Come on, tractor, you can do it. Let's get right up there. Happy days. And we'll put this. Now, he might see this from down the bottom, but I'm not too worried. I think if we just plonk it there, the grass covers it a bit, doesn't it? Whoa. Okay, that's going to cause us problems. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I think this is not my type of game. What is going on? Now, can I reset that? That's going to be annoying if I can't. Dear oh dear. Yes, we can. Right, well, I'll have to sort that out off camera, but for now I think what we'll do is I'm going to concentrate on just landscaping this a little bit better. So farmhouse, just get that definitely in there, and that is going to go around that way, I think, like that. We will put that up as close to we can get. We can go free mode, that's fine. He's got about the same gap either side. Plonk that down. There's his farmhouse. Like I say, I'm not too worried about the outside. We'll make this a bit of, what sort of textures have we got going on? Hopefully some form of gravel, asphalt. Don't really want to use asphalt. We've got a gravel, that's good. So we'll do gravel path out of here probably go a bit wider actually, up into that little area, and try and come down. Can I zoom out? This is going to be a bit tricky, isn't it? Is that going to be too wide? That's probably going to be... Is that too wide? We can use the whatchamacallit on there. There we go. I could join that up. Why is it not painting some bits? That's a bit annoying, isn't it? It's a bit up the top there, look, that hasn't done. I'm not happy about that, to be fair. Right, okay, that will do. I guess we could put a fence round, couldn't we? Just to make it even more worse for him. What we'll do is we will come out of there and we'll go back into the grass. And we'll get all this grass put back in. So that looks half handy, half decent. And it would be a shame to kind of rush this, so again, I don't think I'm going to get all this done tonight, for me that is, in this episode, because it's already 10 o'clock at night here. Excuse me, I just suddenly sneezed, so I didn't obviously want you to hear that. Right, we'll try and get in there as much as... Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's alright, that's fine, that is fine. But look at the money, we've hardly got any money left. Enough. Right, okay, fences, decoration fences. What should we go with? Well, he's kind of gone for that. I think that's the one we will pick as well. Probably there. To there. To there. And there. Should we have a gate there? Can we have a gate? We've got a gate. That would do, wouldn't it, if we went like that. Rather have them opening inwards. Okay. Why is that doing that then? That's annoying, isn't it? Should have started that side. I don't really want it opening outwards, so it needs to be about there. Collides with another item. I think we've got to join it that way, haven't we? Alright, well, I think it's pretty flat there, out there, because I messed up again, and I've got that. There we go, let's go around there, and we'll do across the back. Now, there's his little farmhouse. I don't think it's going to let us do a fence down there. I think that probably might be a bit too much. Right, okay. I guess kind of I could probably do this painting in textures like this a little bit later, so probably concentrate, oh, wrong button, on getting some sheds in. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the store and get the tractor back up here, and then we'll do a little bit more and see where we go from there, because I think I'm going to have to wrap it up tonight anyway, so I'm going to have to come back on tomorrow to finish off. But good progress done, I think. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, welcome back. So I have had to cut a lot of this out. I do apologise, but it was getting quite a long episode, and being on console I'm quite restricted for the amount of time I can record. I wanted to leave in the bit at the start with the ramp I was trying to do and the tractor falling off, because it added a bit of comedy value hopefully. So I wanted to leave all that in. Some of it I've done as a time lapse, and I've had to do a lot of things off camera, so I've placed some more sheds down, a lot of decoration. I will show you quickly in landscaping mode. I'm just trying to deliver this. I have no idea what this is, and even if I'm using this correctly, towing it correctly, I've never used this, but I'm already not very keen on this, so I've no idea if this is right. I'm going to try and squeeze through there, but the long bar that's attached to the tractor and to this guy, I'm not messing around with this, so I am going to put this in an actual shed for him. That can't be the way to tow this, surely. That is ridiculous. The long bar that we're using to tow this, you can pick up by hand. Whoa, there's a lot of lag at the moment as well, which is annoying. I've been getting a bit stressed out, to be fair, because of the lag, because of this tractor. I really don't like the stop start thing. I'd rather, I'm on console, so I'm having to use the triggers, and I always like to sort of go forward, and then to reverse just hit the left trigger and I'm off, but I've got to do it twice, and it's just annoying. I know it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it does annoy me. I'm going to try and remember where I have hidden stuff. I really feel bad for that mower up the top there. I think that's a little bit too harsh. I don't think he's ever going to get that out of there, to be fair. But if worse comes to worse, I will allow him to reset that one. Now, if I drop that down there, like I say, we can pick this up by hand. And I've placed a pile of dirt here. Now, he probably will find it. Oh, especially if it flips around like that. That's not what I wanted to. Oh, now it's dancing. Awesome. Why did it do that? Will you go down that side then? Right, that would do me. So yeah, I've placed a bit of rubble there. I thought I'd hide that. I might leave the front loader attached to the tractor, actually. I'm not too fussed. So this shed was placed down. I think you probably would have saw this at a time lapse. This is a pretty cool shed. Drive through, pretty big, as you can see. I won't go too mad with doors. It's got another nice drive through. I've put in, I think that's the weeder there, and we've got sort of lean-to that you can drive to there. I'm going to drive down and park this up, I think, where the harvester is. I think we'll go up into landscaping mode and I'll show you what I've done. Nice rock there in the way. Quite a lot of decoration that I've done, including the stinky soiled mattress. Hope he appreciates that. So I'm going to be kind and put this tractor in here. That is going to be his main workhorse, so we will be nice and leave that there. Now, I think it probably would have been on the time lapse, but I placed the harvester right up against this tree, then put the shed over it, and then I had to do a couple of goes at putting this skip in behind, so he can't really get in there. He can delete that skip, as I said. I think you probably heard me say that, but it's going to be a little bit tricky. Put a scrap car down there. There's his baler. I've done some tracks here and there. I placed this shed down, so this was the last one I put down just a moment ago. I thought I couldn't get in there, but it's got smaller doors which you need to go inside first and then open from the inside, the bigger doors. It's got lights, and I didn't realise, but this has got a, I'm presuming, bow and pallet storage. Only 54, but that's pretty cool, so that's going to help him. I'm going to shut those doors up though, so he's all good to go. Oh, I wanted to do one last thing actually before we shut up shop. So let's close his gates up there. I'm going to push that header right up. So if I tab back to the tractor, and then I will quickly go up into landscaping mode, and then that will be us done for this pilot episode. So I hope you have stayed with me. It is quite long. I do apologise, but as most of you know, landscaping takes quite a while. Especially if you mess it up. And if you obviously want to do it right, it takes even longer. Yeah, see, look, having to press that twice, that is so annoying. Oh, I just want to... Come on. Now, this is being recorded the day after I did the first lot. And I know Rusey's been on here and done some bits at my farm. Obviously, I've not been over there. I'm not going to do that. That's all part of the surprise. So, we will leave as is. I've turned off my icon so I can't see where any of my equipment is and his. And that's how it's going to be, which is going to be pretty challenging. I've no idea how much he stitched me up, but it could be quite interesting. Right, let's, oh, why am I snaking so much? Where's back that there? That's it. I've had enough now. It's taken far too long to do this episode. Right, landscaping mode. Let's go. We'll start at the gate. I put down a cool little sign, as you can see, advertising FS25. I think that's one of the little rollers I've hidden under there. Obviously he's going to find a lot of it. That's the barn I showed you, a little bit of decoration here and there. I haven't gone overboard. Now, the annoying thing about this map, it's got another problem. You can't place bushes down. When you try to place a bush down, it literally just puts down a patch of grass, you know, like the painted grass, and no bush appears. I was going to stack a load of bushes out and then hide things in there, so a little bit disappointed with that. Told you about that bit. That's the tree right in there, so we'll have to cut that down. In here, in this bush, I've hidden, I think that's a tedder. Over here, put junk car down. I've also squeezed in his little plough there, like so. Yeah, this one I feel really bad for. I don't think he's ever getting that out there. I've put cedar in round there. I drove in round the back and put it in there. Again, hidden in the bush. So I probably have gone a little bit too harsh on him, I think, but we'll see. Showed you some of this. More decoration around. I've put a skip in front of these doors. So again, he can delete that if he wants. It's not a problem. Put that rock there, so it just gives him a little bit of an obstacle to avoid. His greenhouse is here. I was hoping to put the manure fork on the top, but it kind of fell into the greenhouse, so I don't know if he's going to be able to attach onto that, but there we go. Landscape paths in, given him a nice armchair there if he wants to sit by his greenhouse. I've tried to disguise his weight by putting on a pallet truck, so that's decoration. I've done that. Put an old stinky toilet down. This is all decoration here. I managed to, with the front loader, to put the other little roller up there on that bit, and I've put some bits and bobs in under sheds so it's not too horrific for him. Skip there, a couple of piles of rubble I put, and then just moved the trailer up onto there. I was hoping to stick something up in one of these trees, but I think where they're quite young trees, the branches haven't got any collisions on them, which is annoying, so I couldn't hook anything up there. So that's it. I think that's all I need to show you. So there we go. That is Rusey's farm, what I've done. I hope it is okay for everyone, and obviously Rusey, but I've given him a little bit of room to create fields still, so I don't know what he's done for me, but it'd be interesting to find out. Next episode will be episode 1, where we will be driving up to our farms and seeing what each other's done, so that's quite exciting, and then trying to find equipment. Obviously it's going to be a bit of a treasure hunt, but there we go, a little bit of a taster. And again, sorry it's been quite long, but I needed to keep bits in just for a bit of comedy value, so I hope you laughed at my stupidness and not very good landscaping or whatever I'm trying to say. But there we go. Hope you have enjoyed this pilot episode, guys. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more of this sort of content, as well as my other series. And don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos. And also don't forget to go and check out Rusey's side of the story. It'll be quite interesting. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.